finishing up on some touch-ups here, and we will be live in just a few short moments as these guys get ready to throw some qualifying down. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to CWTV here today. We're going to have a good one.
Sean, we are in management. Did you want to go to broadcast?
Is anybody going to come up here, or are we good?
Yeah, I'm up here.
We're pretty much good.
Ryan and Taylor's up here.
We'll move to the broadcast.
Oh.
Well, good evening, everybody. I hope I just did my mission. Did I scare you, Scott?
You always scare me when you start yelling.
I usually scare you when I start talking, sir. Hey, you're going to be in the booth tonight doing a little booth action, maybe hopping in between to get you some admin fun in there as well. But full field here tonight, so you're going to sit out and enjoy from the sidelines here and watch these modifieds. What do you expect we need to look for here at the Milwaukee Mile?
I was watching these guys in practice, and I think you're going to have some pretty good racing in the heat races, and I think you're going to have some long green flag runs in the main. So this could be a very interesting race.
So
higher management may come into play.
I got the current conditions on the outside here in Milwaukee, and it's 77 degrees, Scott. Do you know what it is on the track?
113 on the track, so it is hot. We're complaining about being a little slick coming out of 3.
Little slick, little hot. It's going to be fun tonight. That's a party right there. That's what it sounds like to me.
That's a party?
That is a party.
Is like you're dancing with your hands coming out of there. You're moving them up back and forth, trying to get a hold of that thing.
I like it. Doing a little dance with your hands. Dance with your hands.
I was moving my butt while I was doing that.
Well, then you're not doing a dance with your hands. You're doing a dance with your butt then. Dude, dance with your hands. 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 That's what you got to do when they get slick out there. I even did it in the booth to show him the Scott Schroeder, the 07 74 47 740 machine. It's going to have to throw another one in there now. Doing a dance with his hands.
No,
dance with his hands.
We just
dance
had
with his
that
hands.
conversation. So there's an 07 in this field, but he will not be the 07 next week.
I hope you're enjoying the dance with the hands. You know, we got dancers in the field. We got tap dancers in the field. We got old grotto maintenance men here in the field. Look at this, the 74. He's an IndyCar guy. How is he supposed to? This guy should have some more important things to be doing. We shouldn't let him drive right now. What is going on here? This guy works for AJ Foyt out there. He's an engineer. he's got important things this weekend. I just finished up a special there, an Indy 500 special. You know, you would think he'd be getting ready for that.
I'm here to tell you, nothing more important than an ECRS race.
I love it. You usually miss those setups, and you will whiff them like none other. But my goodness, Scott, you nailed that one. Fantastic. Frankie's asking if you're in timeout. Well, he's not going to answer you, Frankie.
No, I am. I'm actually listening to these guys talk about the setup right now. Yes, I am in timeout to say kind of.
For himself.
Yeah, if it's going to be a full field this season, I'm not going to run. I'm just going to admin, do race control, maybe be in here with Sean a little bit.
Keeping it clean on the track.
If they need a car to fill the field, then I'll get down there and run with the boys.
So it looks like we got 3 heats here tonight. How many are going to advance through, Scott?
3 per race advancing.
3 per race. Then in the consolation, do you know the number there?
For the consolation, then you will have 7 advancing. It looks like, I want to say there were 5, 6 drivers not making it to the show tonight. 5 or 6, something like that.
Some
we'll
people
find out
will pack their bags, hit the motorhomes, and see ya.
Pack
Dylan,
the bags, go to the house.
Dylan saying go number 2. He's rooting on Daniel Hutchins. I'm assuming those guys are brothers out there. We'll see how it works out for them here. For him, I should say, as we are about to get this one underway. Do you have a favorite in this one?
Well, I mean, in this race, it's going to be hard to beat Tobridge. He's been running these very well here lately. It looks like you got Taylor back there, but Taylor's a little handicapped tonight. He just had some surgery done, so he's just out there probably turning some laps and whatnot.
He sounds like he's had better days before, you could say. And viewer Brandon Ferris has seen a little better days, hopefully, or luckily, I should say. He's feeling a little better today. Took a nice little hit to the face there. Got 75 stitches. He's a buddy of mine that I used
Ouch.
to, no good. I used to work with him. I was Tommy Boy to his shop, actually. That's where the name kind of all progressed from. But I sold parts. He worked in a shop, so it was perfect. But yeah, unfortunately today, in a little bit of a mishap, but he's better. He showed me the lip, man. You talk about a puffed up lip. Ooh, man. Thankfully, he was wearing his safety glasses. That's he needs to be like an ode to safety now. These guys are getting it on as they pull.
They're pulling away.
Getting behind that pace car. And what's going through the drivers' minds here, Scott, is they're behind this pace car. They got 1 lap to really get the tires warmed up, get to where they need to be, and get those bugs out of their stomach.
I mean, if you're in the front, the first 2 rows, you're just thinking, hey, let's stay this way. You know, get out to a jump here. Don't worry about the guys behind me. Let's just make it to the feature. That second row, second and third row, they're trying to figure, how do I get in that top 3? Anybody further back than that right now, they're primarily just saying, let's keep it clean for us. Maybe these guys will make a mistake, get in a wreck. I can pick up some easy spots. Maybe I get in the feature, but I'm going to try to put myself as high as I can in that Consi race.
Absolutely. Look at this. We got Gyla cheering on the tap dancer. He's saying, go Blue Jean, baby. LA lady. Chris Downing.
I had that song stuck in my head last week after you did that.
It's back in. We're back under green here. Not back under green. We're under green for the first time here. Trowbridge getting a good jump, just like you said he would there.
Throwing it down there on them rumble strips, too.
I don't know how guys do that there. That just really upsets the car for me. I just can't do it. Fusco here behind him. The 2 of Daniel Hutchins falling back a hair. He's got Peyton Albin coming up through the field here. And, man, I'm going to be real with him, Scott. It looks like they're going so slow here through these corners, but that just shows you. I mean, this is a short track.
These are short track cars primarily. This is a big track for a mile. A mile's a big track for these cars.
They're not going slow. They're not. So it's all kind of just a little
I'm watching Fusco right now just top out at about 137 miles an hour down the backstretch.
Yeah, so by no means are these guys going slow, but that's what I was just trying to shows just how big. It's a wide track here. This is for a mile track. It's a big one.
Yeah, and they're moving too. Even his speed in the corner dropped down to the low of 112.
Absolutely there. So these guys throwing it around. Taylor finding his way into the 5th spot now. He's got Peyton Daniel in front of him. And maybe he can get something going here. It looks like AJ going to give Tim a little work in here up on the top side. Is this a track where they can get around on that top side here, Scott? Or are they going to have to really work that bottom and try to get Tim off of that low side?
I think you're almost going to have to get Tim off that low side with the speeds you got around here. I mean, you can stick on the outside, but you're going to lose so much ground.
Absolutely.
I don't see, unless somebody's completely off the pace of anybody making a move on the outside.
So Taylor and Daniel now fighting for that fourth place, I should say. Daniel putting it back out in front of Taylor. For a minute there, Peyton was falling back. It looked like we were going to have a shootout here for that transfer spot. Taylor closing that gap between him and Daniel. It looks like he's going to be on the low side here. Come turn 1, he is. See if he can get out and around him. I think the last time it happened just like this, Taylor got around, and then Daniel put a little crossover on him here, so we'll see if it happens just like that. Yet again, it's Timothy still out in the lead, and Taylor still working that low side, Scott.
Yep, and I think Taylor right now, he's just thinking, hey, if I can finish in 4th, I'm the #1 car in the consi. I can just jump out front and cruise through the consolation race.
Absolutely. Let's go into AJ Fusco's vehicle and watch these guys take a lap around, as he is behind Trowbridge here. So we'll see if he's doing dance with his hands. Oh, taps the wall there. He's ruffling concrete. There's a little dance with the hands. Not too much, though. As that little tap to the wall really upsetting that car, getting him off that speed. Let's see if Pate can close that gap here, possibly.
Hey, it looks like he's working the wheel a little more.
Well, let's go inside to Pate's vehicle here. And these are the NASCAR Whalen mods. It's not the SK, so these do have more power. You got to really be careful.
Yeah, the big boys.
Really watch your exits here. Anthony's cheering on Taylor there. He wants him to get up into that transfer spot. Pate seems like he's starting to get a grip on this track, and now he's attacking here on this ButtKicker Gamer 2. Final lap. Does Pate have what it takes to maybe close the gap here and shoot for 2nd? Looks like he's falling back here through this final sets of turns. Man, if he had one more lap, he might be up there fighting with those leaders. Timothy Trowbridge going to take this one at the line by just a hair. Fusco in 2nd, Pate in 3rd. Those 3 are moving on up. Everybody, they're moving on up. Moving on up to the feature. They don't got to keep pushing. They're done. And it's funny how that works, isn't it, Scott?
It is.
Let's hear you sing it. Come on.
Oh, you don't want to hear me sing it. My wife has forbade it.
She's over there going, no, don't do it. What a run there out in the front by Trowbridge in that first heat here. Austin Anderson starting on the pole here, taking Daniel in 2nd. Kyle Westwood 3rd. Wyatt Sapp. Every time I see his name, I just think of Wyatt Earp, you know?
Somebody did not load in.
That was Wyatt. So Ryan Stillwell going to move up. Scott Bellum in the 07, in 6th place right there. And Thomas Gould in the 97 right there. You know Stillwell's laughing.
And I thought it was Timmy Trowbridge playing a joke on me.
Stillwell's laughing right now. I'm sorry. I know that's a Stillwell deal. That just has Stillwell written all over it. You know he did it. And poor Scott thinks he's okay with the 07. He's all happy, and you're going to rip it away from him. I make you feel all bad. Don't you love me?
Yep. Boys being boys here.
Boys being boys here. Exactly. These guys about to get underway. They're about to be men here as they're strapping on the big boy pants and We're about to
That was a
go
pretty
around
clean heat
for
race, that first heat race.
It
so
was. I think
I'm
we're going to
excited
have
about
another
that.
good one here. 8 laps of action coming your way. Green flag is out. And Tegan getting a good jump there on Austin up on that top side. I'm going to ask you the same thing, but with Tegan, this is his bread and butter. It seems like these modifieds, he really knows them. He really understands them. Can he make a pass on the top side?
If anybody can do one on the outside, it's Tegan, and we're going to see if he can do it. Here he goes.
He's pushing hard. Let's go into that cockpit here of Tegan Daniel and watch, because I bet you he's doing a dance with his hands, dance with his hands, dance with his hands, dance with his hands. You're going to sing that tonight at work. You're going to move your hands. You're going to go dance with my hands, dance with my hands. You're going to say, darn it, Tommy boy. Look at Tegan.
And these guys are battling for that third transfer spot back here. Stillwell and Westwood, Thomas Gould.
Well, Kyle dropping like a sack of potatoes there. You know,
hey, let me ask you this, Tom. Have we seen Thomas Gould in this series before?
I think maybe one time here. So, yeah, you kind of just threw a name out, and I said it earlier, and I just didn't think anything of
there.
it.
I said, well, Gould's in here. The Gould train.
The Gould
I don't remember that.
Train. Did you ever watch WWF with your son growing up? And I say WWF because it was the WWF thing.
Yeah. Back when he was little, we used to watch it a little bit.
Do you know The Godfather?
I do not.
Okay, well, it doesn't work then, because that's where I got the reference of the Gould Train. Tegan making a little bit of a mistake there through the corners, and now Stillwell going to get into the backside here. Look out, Tegan. You got the Stillwell bus coming your way, and he ain't stopping.
Yeah, and like Tegan dominated this series last season, but not that he's struggling, but doesn't have the dominance this season 3 that he did in season.
I think people got fed up with him.
3.
I think people got fed up with Tegan winning every race last year. Because honestly, not to take away from what you guys have here, but Tegan ran away with that series last year, and I think we only saw 2, maybe 3 other winners out of all those races. So just a fantastic run, and I think it made people step their game up in these modifieds.
Yeah. I mean, what did he ended up qualifying? What, 5th? There were 4 other people that out-qualified him this race here.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. He started 2nd in this race alone, so he's in the 3rd heat here, starting 2nd. So obviously, not on the. I mean, he's near the front, but not up top.
Oh, so, yeah, he's still a contender, but he's not running away with it like he was last season.
Absolutely. So we'll see, because right now, Austin Anderson taking away with that lead. Tegan had that one little mistake, and that really goes to show you just how much one mistake can cost you. Look at Stillwell pushing Gould to the low side here. He doesn't want Gould to get by, and that's going to cost Stillwell there, as Kyle now going under. And Kyle, he's a solid driver here, but it just goes to show you that all these cars don't drive the same, because you put Kyle in a cup car, in a truck, and he is top tier. You put Kyle in his modified.
Oh, yeah. I followed him around cup and car trucks all the time.
And I'm not saying he's bad here, but it's just he's not that top tier here. He's still got some learning to do in these modifieds.
These are completely different animals than, say, a NASCAR Cup or even the trucks, or I mean, even our car late model. This is just completely different vehicle.
Absolutely, and we are under the white flag here. Final lap, ButtKicker Gamer 2. Immerse yourself in the game and feel what you've been missing. Go, Austin Anderson did a little dance with his hands, He catches it, but Tegan gonna sail on by. Tegan gonna take this one as long as he keeps it clean out of 4. Tegan Daniel taking this heat. Austin Anderson still gonna transfer, and the Gould Train going with him. What a good run there at the end with Anderson doing a little dance with his hands. Let's see if it will let me get to it before.
I was just looking at that. There was no contact there.
No contact, just a little dance with his hands, dance with his. Oh, that was a big dance with his hands. Let's see. Here comes the beatbox music. Whoa, dance with his hands, dance with his hands. Break it down, break it down, break it down now, dance with your hands. How weird am I, Scott, on a scale of 1 to 10?
8.5.
8.5. I thought you were going to go off the chart there, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Robert Nestor starting on the top of this one. Chris Downing, the tap dancer, in 2nd. Looking like third place is going to be Dave Hunt, your teammate in the trucks. Casey
Yes, sir.
Hatch there in fourth. David Dunwoody fifth. Got Macho in sixth. And oh, goodness, we got Matt the Cat there. One clap, single clap. PC builder, Matt Constant.
Hope his computer's working.
MCPC, that's what he calls it.
I got to Robert Nestor, man. He's stepped his game up here lately, especially in these mods. And boy, I'd like to see Macho have a good run here.
I was gonna say, you guys keep saying Macho, and you are like the worst.
The Macho Man, but no.
Macho Man.
Macho's such a great guy. He is really a great guy. You root for a guy like that.
He's running to the Biakula. You guys are making Tegan run a Briggs motor. He's running what I got in the cart. The old 206 here.
Running him a Briggs and Stratton, huh?
Yeah, the animal, baby. Compared to everybody's big blocks. That's what Frankie says you guys are doing. That ain't right, Scott.
Green flag.
Here they go. Green flag is out. We are racing here in this final heat here of the evening. Looks like Downing's going to get out to the the top side of Nestor and drop it down low, doing a little dance with his hands here early. And he's going to take the lead. It looks like Casey Hatch to the top side there, then three wide back behind him. Dave Hunt, Macho, and Robert falling there. And, you know, sometimes you get that start out front, and those butterflies, they stay with you for that whole first lap. And I think that's what just happened to Robert there. Maybe looking in his mirror a little too much and focusing on those cars behind him instead of the track in front of him there.
Yeah, man, and you're right. That does. You race. You know that happens.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you gotta stay out of the mirrors.
Absolutely. That's why I like karts. They don't have mirrors. I'd be looking at them all the time. That's why I learned to turn the virtual mirror on iRacing off. I don't know. Do you run with that? Do a lot of the guys that you know, do they run
I've
with
tried
that
it many different ways. The only mirror I end up usually using is the virtual mirrors, unless I'm in an open cockpit road racing car, and then I'll use the side mirrors only.
Okay, fair enough there. So do you turn it off, or do you keep it on, and are you able to keep it pretty
No,
steady?
I gotta turn it off, because if you leave it on, you will just
no, what a save there. I thought he was gonna go into one clap there, but Robert was climbing through the field. He was battling with Dave Hunt there back for third, and just gave it a little too much throttle there. It looks like on the exit of those turns. And Scott, that's where you got to be really careful. You'll be battling with someone. I did it earlier at Daytona in that race with us on the NSRL trucks. You're battling with someone. You think you got it. You tap that throttle just a little too much, and whoopsie, around you go.
Yeah, and these guys were actually, and we haven't seen it too much, but they were complaining that coming out of 2 with these hot track temps at, 113 earlier? It has cooled down to 103. But they were complaining that coming out of 2 was a little bit slick.
Little slicky, icky. These guys are showing it now. It's been a solid set or trilogy, I guess, of heat races here. This 3-set. God, I can't talk. This
three heat races. We really, I mean, what did we see? Who was in front of? Anderson.
Just barely. He did a dance with his hands.
Yeah, dance with the hands cost him some time, and then Robert Nestor right there. I haven't really seen anybody, hasn't been any wrecks or anybody really spinning out besides Nestor. So,
and keeping it steady here and watching that 69 try to climb up into the 67 here. Of Dave Hunt. And I hear
if Macho stays here, he's going to get him a really good starting spot in the Consi. And just ride that to the feature. That's all you need to do. You're gonna be in the top 3 in the Consi. Ride that to the feature.
They're gonna hit this line here. 2 laps of action remain. Downing out in front. Look at the difference between Downing and Matt the Cat here. He's just trying to stay clean.
I think we're gonna see this in the feature as well. We're gonna get spread out, and the cautions aren't gonna come, and it's gonna come down to some tire management.
Absolutely. Tire management, you know, and people look at these tires, they see they're huge. You would think you'd have the life of, I don't know, just of Zeus here on these tires, but they can give just as fast as those Cup tires here.
Yeah, and I'm here to tell you, it's just like the UMP mods where you got them thin tires. He's got these great big ones. If you give us another inch of tire, we're going to use that.
We're going to use it. Exactly. Yep. Downing here, pulling away still on this ButtKicker Gamer 2 final lap. He's just got to keep it clean himself. Casey Hatch and Dave Hunt will be moving on up. Everybody, we're moving on up. Moving on up to the feature. Chris has got to keep tapping. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go get some coffee before this Consi race. I'll be right back.
He's going to go get some coffee. He's going to loosen his stools here, and he's going to be ready to go in just a few. As we are heading to the consolation race here, where Daniel Hutchins will find himself on the pole. We got Ryan Stillwell next to him. David Dunwoody in third. Sitting in fourth, Taylor Gentry. Scott Bellum in fifth. In sixth, you got Macho Carballo. Seventh, Wayne Fielder. In eighth, Dr. Grant himself. Kyle Westwood, ninth. Matt Constant, look out, Kyle. Chuck Knob Chuckles in 10th. My goodness, we got an NSRL three-way right there. Wyatt Sapp scheduled to go off in 11th. 12th, Robert Nestor. And you all know him, Scott Schroeder there. He's scheduled to fire off there in the back, but he's up here. So we'll wait, and these guys will make their final adjustments, and we will get to racing in this consolation race. 7 are going to move through. That's my boy says. Talking about Spicoli, you know it. Absolutely. I find a way to talk about it all the time. I'm in love. I'm in love with Spicoli. That's the cart's name, by the way. Chris knows. These guys are going around here. We're about to get it down. Consolation race 7. Gonna move on. 7 is the number. The number shall not exceed 7.
So what do we got? We got 4 drivers out of this going home. So I do think Warren must have disconnected. Maybe having some storm issues.
All right, Frankie saying, okay, Taylor, keep it smooth. You like that? That was my Pauly Shore.
Keep it smooth.
Smooth. They're going to the green flag, and they are racing now. Daniel Hutchins, Ryan Stillwell. That sounds so good when I do that, doesn't it?
It does. Oh, Macho with the move on the outside.
Look at Taylor pulling through there up on the top side. From fourth to second there. Frankie's going to come take you on, Scott. My goodness. Look at that 53 machine. Push onwards here. Daniel Hutchins to the low side now of Taylor. Taylor got happy. He got excited there. What a jump out in front. He's going to have to go to the dentist and get them pain meds all the time if he's going to keep driving like this. A little extra, don't give a care.
Curricular activities back here for that transfer spot. Looks like Kyle Westwood's holding it down now, but they are battling.
They are battling back here.
Diving it in there.
My goodness. These guys are fighting. Slide job. Crossover. It looks like a dirt race around here with Kyle and Robert here as these guys putting it down in such great fashion. Kyle's holding on tight, and I know he is.
Actually, Kyle is in the out spot now. Robert Nestor took over that 7th spot.
We got a battle with Taylor and Daniel up in the 2nd place, and that's going to allow David Dunwoody to find his way into this fight. Yeah, a party here, Scott. A party for 2nd as David Dunwoody, as Carl likes to say, and Black Magic Racing finds his way into 4th now. Go back to that transfer spot as Kyle, he is knocking on Nestor's door. He wants into that party at the grotto, I'm telling you. We all do, though. We all do.
And it looks like, did Kyle get back around Mr. Nestor there?
Kyle he's in front there in that transfer spot, and out in front of him, Scott Bellum and Macho there doing a little battling. And
Macho, hold her together, buddy.
Listen to Scott. He's giving you come on, Macho. Come on. You sound like me and Brad Haldane.
Oh, they got close.
They're getting awfully close here. My goodness. Oh, and around he goes. Where he stops, nobody knows. Yellow flag here. Let's take a look back and see what happened. We'll take a look back at the track. We're going to see what caused that. Do you know what that's from? Do you get any of my references, in all honesty?
You are a lot younger than me, so I am not sure.
I am the same age as your son. So, like, when you say that,
true. You're, I think, what, 1 year older than my son?
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Macho maybe coming up a hair there. Let's take another look. That's the reading rainbow, too. Actually, no, Kyle maybe coming down a little bit there. So, there, two things.
I don't really think either one of them guys are going to continue.
No, it's going to be hard to keep going from there.
Right now, you got Wayne Fielder, first-time mod racer, in the transfer spot.
Look out, field, because the fielder is coming. We got Ryan Stillwell out in front. Taylor Gentry in that second spot. Daniel Hutchkins. I know he's got a fan or two out in the stands. He's sitting in third. David Dunwoody, Carl's favorite driver, he's in fourth. Scott Bellum in fifth. Robert Nestor sitting sixth, and Wayne Fielder here. All right, here's the did you know on the driver today. We'll go with Wayne Fielder. Are you ready for this one?
Go for it. Educate me.
So Wayne Fielder, this is true knowledge here on all these ECRS drivers. I don't give out false knowledge on it, like Downing. He's a tap dancer. Nestor, he used to work in the grotto here. So Wayne, he breeds. Are they dash hounds, dachshunds, whatever they call? I think he said he has 27 of them. And
oh, wow.
They're like,
I do know he calls himself Lord of the Dachshunds.
There you go. So
I did not know he bred him. I did not know he had 27 of them.
Well, 27 is just his pets. He breeds the other ones in the side. So he keeps like it's
so
his like little
farm.
It's like a cult of dachshunds.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, but they're like his best friends. He goes everywhere with them. He's got a big van, so he takes them all over. He takes them to the park. I don't know.
Well, he wouldn't have to be that big. Dachshunds ain't that big,
No,
right?
but I mean, you got 27 of them, so I mean, 27 dogs going to take up a lot. You know what 27 dogs is a lot of?
That is a lot.
A lot of poop.
I couldn't imagine. It's like a pound.
I got like three kids. 27 dogs is like, what, 9 times that? That's a lot of poop.
That is a lot of poop. It's a lot of hair.
Miguel knew it. Miguel knew reading rainbow. Miguel knew reading rainbow. I'm proud. Thank you, Miguel. I am glad somebody here.
I don't know what reading rainbow. Is that what you were singing?
Yeah, let's take a look back at the track. We're going to see what caused that. And they said, let's take a look back in the book.
That does sound vaguely familiar.
It's reading rainbow.
My
See, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I grew up watching the same stuff that you did. You just that stuff that you were forced to watch. Oh, trust me, and I get that now. I do. I'm glad one of my boys. I've been watching.
I want to kill that purple dinosaur. So
Barney. That's what KT said, because I'm getting a suit made. A Bruzy has been fantastic. They're designing a suit here with me, and they're sponsoring me with that. They're giving me that, so I got to give them a huge shout out to them. But I'm doing purple and yellow. I'm a huge fan of Buddy Lazier. If you know Indianapolis history, you know Buddy Lazier. He's the winner of the 1996 Indianapolis 500. He won in a very purple and a very like high vis, like what you see on Daniel Hutchkins' car there. That green or that yellow.
I remember that right. Yeah.
So that right there is what I'm going off of. And KT says, I know that people are going to call you Barney. Alyssa knew what it was there. She knew the reading rainbow. I'm so happy. See, I'm bringing people back to their childhood here. You thought you were just coming for a race? I'm going to give you a little bit of nostalgia as well.
You educate me on dogs and tap dancers. And
well, I can't educate you on dogs, but Wayne could. He's got a field of them. He is a fielder of the dachshunds. Is it dachshunds or is it dashhounds? I'm terrible.
I don't know. It was one or the other. I'm not sure.
I think it's the same dog, but it's spelled dashhound, and I think it's pronounced dachshund. But I digress. We're talking racing here. We're under a yellow here. We're about to go green flag.
Yeah, the flag's out. So this should be a green-white checker, if I'm not believing.
Hey, Scott, do you have to work tonight?
I do.
You might want to call in because it sounds like you're hammered right now. He's just green-white checker.
I got me a dip going, see?
Fair enough.
There. If any of you watch my YouTube videos, you'll see me do that while I'm on the backstretch or something. Can't really do it on road races.
That would it'd be a nasty floor because you just had to turn your head. Yeah. You had to have a big old bucket.
I don't scrub myself.
Ting.
Here we go for a green-white checker. I do believe just might be 2 to go. 2 to go.
2 to go here. 13 laps was the.
Oh.
No, this is a green-white checker.
Laps, so yeah, green-white checker.
Green-white checkered here. Ryan Stillwell out in the front. Taylor's just got to keep it calm, keep it steady.
Wayne has lost that transfer spot.
Kyle's back on the charge here. They're going 3 wide for it, Scott. This is going to be a battle, and Kyle's back around. Whoopsie. Yellow. Another yellow out in the field. The fielder. Let's take a look.
I gotta go back and look at that one.
Looks like the 92 had the line and the car behind him. Who was that?
It's like Wayne Fielder.
Oh, talking about him. I think, maybe giving a little too much into that turn there. Now, will they have another run at it here, Scott?
They will. They have 3 green-white checkers, I do believe.
All right, so Stillwell, Gentry, Hutchkins, Dunwoody, Bellum, Nestor, and Fielder currently in the top 7 for the transfer spots.
Yeah, and Charles Knobs, looks like Westwood's out. Charles Knobs' car's really hurt.
Chuckles, that's no good. So, Scott, everybody hears me say it. They know that when you see checkers and records, I'm going to say probably a few times how much I love that ButtKicker Gamer 2. And you got one. Why don't you tell them about it? Because they've heard it from me enough.
Oh, I do. I love that thing. It just gives you that extra feel. I can feel when my tires are breaking or when I ran over a rumble strip or when I get punched in the back end. I mean, it lets me have that sensation of feeling, which you get a little bit of that with the steering wheel, but it's just that added from your seat.
Absolutely there. So very
actually, I've been contemplating hooking up a second one to my amp so I can
to your ab. Very nice. He's gonna get a little ab workout with the butt. It's gonna be smacking you in the abs.
My ButtKicker amp that comes with it.
I'm
gonna hook up two of the speaker devices.
Fair enough there. I'm with you there. Downing's in here spreading lies. If you looked at Wikipedia and you look up tap dancing, you will see it is even stated on Wikipedia, Chris, that you are a world-renowned tap dancer, so please don't go there with me. You have, you will, and you do. It's okay. It's okay. He gets so upset about that. He just, that's what happens when you have an extra Miller Lite that night and you feel like sharing something with Tommy. You're the next person on Did You Know? Scott's going to be cautious from now on.
Sorry, I was talking to these. I'm also adminning the race, so.
Hey, you are fine, sir. Downey, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. Let's see if we get the signal this time by. For the one to go, can Ryan
This has not been as clean as the heat races.
No, it is not. But hey, they'll get it moved on.
We have a very good Nazi.
Who did anybody take the blame for that one? What's going on in the admin world, Scotty?
Actually, Mr. Wayne Fielder did mic up and say, "My fault. Drove it in too deep. Got in the back of Kyle. Collected Charles in that mix. Charles just went in and did his fast repair." And is sitting in that transfer spot right now.
No, Matt Constant is sitting in that transfer spot right now. The world, look out! Because Matt the cat is up in front. Toenail, Matt! The Toenail. Just call him the Toenail from now on.
No, Matt. Oh, that's Macho. Okay. Oh, Matt is on this lead lap, isn't he? Okay.
One of these days you'll learn broadcast, Scott.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at my JRT overlay.
Oh, Scott, I can't tell you enough. Thank you so much for putting up with my BS.
Oh, I love your BS. I had to listen to it all night during the 24-hour of Nürburgring, remember?
It was such a fun race there. Such a good one. Scott and I got to spend the entire night taking the night shift there at Nürburgring. It was night at here and on the track. So
here and on the track, and we pulled it all nighter. And hey, gained 3 positions in the I don't know what was it, 10 hours we drove at night.
Listen to Dave on. Speaking of fields, I had a picture of me when I was in high school, outstanding in his field, a field of corn. He got his Iowa farmer status and FFA in junior high school. Right on, Dave. Did you know? See, right there. Did you know that Dave, not only did they back that up? Nope, they're going. I apologize. 53, Taylor getting around Ryan. Ryan Stillwell falling back into P2 here as Taylor Gentry getting around him on that start, getting a good jump there because Stillwell get back around. You know Stillwell's not going to be happy with second. He's going to go for it here. They're going to cross the line. 1 lap to go now. ButtKicker Gamer 2, final lap. Feel what you've been missing. Immerse yourself in the game. Ryan Stillwell down on the low side. Going to be able to hold it there for now. Taylor Gentry looking up top. Not going to have the momentum on the exit of that turn. Stillwell dipping it into the grass. What are you doing? What are you doing? Does he not know that he is on the show? What are you doing? Oh, goodness, the 53. Taylor Gentry going to take it. Daniel Hutchins second. David Dunwoody in third. Robert Nestor fourth. Scott Bell in fifth. Chuckles in sixth. And would you look at this? Just look at it. Wayne Fielder, the Dachshund King, going into that final transfer spot there. Scott must be doing admin things now. We're going to take a break.
I was looking at that. So, yeah, what did happen to Stillwell? He got out in the grass?
Who knows with Stillwell? I think he just gave up. So,
and you know what? We were talking about this earlier, and you were talking about things that remind you of do you remember the movie? It's gonna haunt me now. Hold on, give me a minute.
September.
No, it's about rock music in the '70s, and they're following the group around. A reporter was a high school kid.
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous.
Yes.
Never actually Stillwater. Or Stillwell. I think of that
Stillwater?
band. Stillwater.
I am a golden god.
I am a gold. I never said I'm a golden god.
Such a great movie. Maybe you should rethink your last words.
That is every time that movie comes out, I'll sit down and watch it.
That is I've seen Rick Raven, one of the big iRacer in the open wheel world. He calls those remote droppers. If a movie is so good, it comes by, he's dropped the remote. Yep, I'm sticking on this. That's one of them. What's your favorite racing movie when these guys are getting going?
My favorite race movie, I honestly, Rush.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking Drive or Driven, and I was like, oh my gosh, Scott was still low.
No,
that is fantastic.
Movie? No, Rush with the Formula One with
right, Niki Lauda and James Hunt.
Yep.
They're talking, and not to talk too much Formula One because I know that's a foreign language to a lot of people for oval racing, but it relates so well with what Lauda says when he steps into that car for the first time. When you have he gets out and he's driving and he's like, how do you have this multi-million-dollar facility and you create this shit box? And it's like, well, they're doing it this year. Exactly what they're doing this year.
What was the other guy? Hunt?
James Hunt. He was with McLaren.
Yeah, but to me, that you get the same thing in NASCAR. Back in the late '80s, early '90s, you had what was his name? Started with an R. Last name R.
Last name
Richmond. Kind of remind me of that same style party kind of guy, you know.
I mean, that was such a solid, because really, I mean, just two complete opposites in the racing world. You got Niki Lauda, very technical, very professional, knew the politics of F1. Then you've got James Hunt, who was drinking a beer right before he came onto the track, smoking a cigarette on pit lane, and not your typical F1 guy. So, you know, I feel like we almost need some of that nowadays in the F1 series.
We need that color. I used to watch NASCAR all the time, all through the 90s, early 2000s. Kind of drifted away from it because they just didn't have them personality. I was a big Davey Allison fan, Alan Kawicki, Dale Jarrett. I mean, you always had Earnhardt doing battle with, you know, Labonte or Wallace, or I don't know. I just don't see that anymore.
No, absolutely. I would agree with you. And I think NASCAR, and we talked about this on Checkers and Wreckers too, but I think NASCAR kind of, they're trying to get that back with that Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott that kind of happened at the beginning of the year, but it's just not really flowing forward. I don't think the drivers are really eating away at each other like they used to be, because you look at the drivers back in the day, I mean, the ones you mentioned, but the biggest ones that come to my mind, Earnhardt versus Gordon. Every week, you're watching those two go at it, and those two, the utmost respect for the each other. But man, you get on the track and you get around each other, they're going beat up, they're going bang, and they didn't care what you thought.
They're going to give each other grief in the grandstands. If you got a rainbow jacket on, or if you're black and white, words are going to be exchanged.
I remember being a young kid going to the Brickyard 400 the first year, 1994. So this is.
You were dressed in that rainbow color.
Exactly. And I'm cheering on Gordon. Dad asked me, like, what car do you like? Well, Dad, I don't know. This is the first NASCAR race I've really seen. He's pick a car. I was like, all right, I like that rainbow one. So I was a Gordon fan ever since then. But I'm cheering him on, and I've got grown men booing me as a 5-year-old. But it was fun. It was like the fans even, they respected it. Nowadays, if you had a rivalry like that, fans be fighting in the stands.
Oh, yeah.
But it was
we got Dylan Hutchins. Just said the Ricky Bobby movie.
Yeah, he likes
was
Talladega Nights. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a solid comedy. I like it for what it is. It kind of brings out some of the stereotypes in NASCAR there. And I'm a Will Ferrell fan. I think he's pretty funny. I know your age, you guys don't like him too much.
Yeah, cutesy movie. I've watched it maybe once. Now, some of them other movies like Rush and even Days of Thunder, seen it several times.
Okay, so here's a little. Did you know Days of Thunder? John C. Reilly, he's a pit crew in Days of Thunder, is Cal Naughton Jr. in Talladega Nights.
Yes, yeah, he was. The son of a driver that had died. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So it kind of came full circle for him. He goes and plays in one of the most iconic racing movies of all time in Days of Thunder there, and then comes around later in his career and does just an absolutely hysterical kind of spoof, if you will, on Days of Thunder there. So I like it. I thought it was good for what it was.
And actually, he's also the catcher in Bull Durham.
Yes, very versatile actor there. So Timmy Trowbridge going to start on the pole here, taking Daniel next to him. You talk about Dale and Jeff, and here it is right here. These two, this is a rivalry in this mod series, this front field, or this front two here. I'm excited to see how they start. We got Chris Downing and AJ Fusco behind them. Austin Anderson and Casey Hatch, 5th and 6th. Back in row 4, Pate Albin, Thomas Gould. Dave Hunt and Taylor Gentry back behind them. Got Daniel Hutchins and David Dunwoody firing off 11th and 12th. Robert Nestor, Scott Bellum in row 7. And finally in row 8, Chuckles and Mr. Fielder rounding out that field. That is, I can't say field again. That is the drivers here, the 16 of them.
I'm glad Charles made it because he got involved in a wreck that really was not of his doing, and his car was tore up, and he got to hang on to that one of them last transfer spots. So that was good.
Let's talk about Chuckles real quick, because I don't want to say this because it's going to sound mean, but Chuckles he had a run there in the back, and he was trying to find his speed. Chuckles is starting to find his speed. He is starting to put together some consistent finishes in both the ECRS and the NSRL. So it's fun to watch the progression of these drivers, not just these drivers up front like Timmy, like Tegan here, battling, and Tegan going to the low side there. Timmy going to get stuck up on the top here. Is Taylor going to come through here? Sorry, Chris Downing going to come through here on the low side. Let's go into the cockpit for a moment of Downing, sitting in P3 right now. Watch him. He's doing it. What's he doing, Scott?
He's doing the hand dance.
Dance with his hands. Dance with his hands. You know it.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you're in the corner, you're doing the dance with your hands. New tires, old tire, don't matter.
Well, see, Chris, I knew me and your son. So Chris in the comment section is actually who I bought my cart from. So his son, the cart's name's Spicoli. We kept the name. I love the name. Love the movie there. And so he's out there. His son is a Gordon fan. I knew me and that little guy had something in common there. I knew it was outside
there you go.
of just the love for Spicoli there.
And I do get that reference, Spicoli.
Well, I would hope so, because that is like that's a little before my time. Yeah. Exactly.
I remember going to the movies and seeing that. You know what I did after that movie?
I can only imagine.
I went out and bought me a pair of Vans, the sneakers.
Very nice to see you. You probably still got them, you dog. Timmy,
I know. I think I stepped in front.
Right away, probably. Timmy's sitting on the top side here, just getting swallowed up here. I don't know. Is he going to drop to the low side, or does he think something's going to come up here? Because he is just getting blown away here up there.
You know, I was watching in the middle, and he's kind of came back to back here where I was watching.
Yeah, not what we're used to seeing Timmy do here. So maybe he does have that 500 on the mind. He's in there thinking, man, did I forget something in that car today, that steering wheel, you know? I don't want him to hit that pit limiter and it not work. I mean, maybe he's in his mind there, or maybe he's just trying to save a little.
Like the old Road to Race movie. Are you missing any tools in the pits?
Look at
absolutely nothing wrong with that car as it blows up. Boom!
Boom! Look at this, Dave Hunt looking to the inside now of Casey Hatch. Dave Hunt.
That's where I've been. Just Dave Hunt and Casey Hatch and Anderson battling back here.
What a driver there with Dave Hunt. It doesn't matter. There's days he'll start up front. There's days he's going to start in the back. There's days he's going to be midfield. At the end of the race, though, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see Dave Hunt up at the front here. Very patient driver. He knows how to conserve these tires. Just he's got it overall here. And unless he gets in something that really isn't his, it seems like Dave is really going to be a charger in the field.
Yeah, and Dave's one of them guys that you look in the mirror and you see him, or you're coming up on, he's going to be a guy that's going to race you clean. He's going to race you hard. And usually 9 times out of 10, he's going to be somewhere near the front toward the end of the race.
Absolutely here. And look at this. We were talking up front. Tegan must have heard us. He was listening because he's saying, man, these broadcasters are saying that I ain't as fast as I used to be. Baloney. I am out in front, and I'm going to walk away with this one as the tap dancer's trying to reel him in here, trying to look like, what is it, Bill Dance, the Fisher, but can't get it. Do you like that?
Yep.
See, I'm all over the board.
Like
you never know what I'm going to come up with. I would be a perfect Jeopardy contestant. I know a little about a lot. I don't know a lot about a little. That's the bad thing.
And what is up with Mr. Gould? Whatever you put him in, he is quick.
Well, you know, you say that, but is he top 3 here, or is he still trying to figure this modified out?
Right now. He's 4th.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying overall here, Scott, is he going to be a top 3 contender? Because he could be tearing these tires up right now. Let's look inside and let's take a listen to the sounds. Watch those hands. He's doing the dance. He's doing the dance with his hands. Dance with his hands.
Frankie's out there saying that Briggs and Stratton motor that Taylor put in there is really rolling right now.
He's got that thing screaming.
He does.
Absolutely. And Downing, man, I'm going to ask the same question I asked about Trowbridge here in that heat that he was in. If Tegan keeps that low side here, if we stay green, can anybody catch him?
I think the best thing you can do, really, if you're Downing right now, is just stick to his bumper as long as you can. Once these tires wear out a little bit, keep on that bumper and maybe hope for him to make a mistake. Maybe he's mirror watching a little bit, which would be most of your top drivers aren't going to do that, but you never know. They might make a mistake.
Absolutely. Here,
I don't think you're going to get around him on the outside. You're going to have to wait for him to slip up.
Oh, there's a yellow flag, so that could always help you out here. And they're piling up as I see Mr. Looks like Nestor. Looks like Daniel Hutchins. Did Chuckles get some of that?
Oh, man.
Watch here is looks like Field. Ooh, the 11 coming on the low side came up just a hair. Then Fielder in that 46. Just clipping the tires, and that's what you're going to see. Watch. Oh, no. That's a hard one to take. Chuckles did get some.
Oh, yeah. It looked like Nestor came up a little bit, didn't it? Oh.
So watch this here. The wheel hop you're going to see from Wayne Fielder, and this is what happens when open-wheel cars hit there. It's like a plow. You just see Nestor go up in the air, and unfortunate there. Oh, you never like to see that. Hutchins in front of Chuckles, and boom goes Chuckles, not the Dynamite. What's going on, Roy? How's it going? Bill Cook, Newcastle in the house. Hope you guys are doing all right today. Now, I would assume Tegan, is he going to stay out? I figured he was going to come in. It looks like he's going to stay out.
Yeah, it looked like the only guys that are coming in were going to be the ones that are in that wreck. And Scott Bellum, I'm not sure if he was in that wreck or not.
I did not see him involved in that. What place was Bellum in before going?
And Bellman might just be taking tires here.
That's what I was
looks
thinking.
Like
if you were...
Charles Knob's going to have to use his fast repair. So is Mr. Fielder.
So if you're, if you're sitting in the back right now and you got this opportunity of a yellow, like Scott does, I mean, do you do the same thing? Do you go in? Do you grab a set of tires and hope for the best here?
14 laps in, yeah, I'm grabbing tires. If my car's loose, which it doesn't look like they're fighting a lot of that, but if we're on a track where it's loose, I'm going to add gas to add weight to the car to help it stick.
Absolutely.
Because gassing these things up takes a long time. You need a yellow to do it.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely there. Roy's saying sorry, Chuckles. Looks like he's going to get out.
Yeah, I think Charles is going to stay on the lead lap and get that fixed. Now he's out of fast repairs, so you are in the back, so you got to be cautious now.
Absolutely. You don't want to. But this is a track, too. It's not like Daytona where you can kind of sit back and wait for your opportunity. This isn't one of those tracks where you got to be on it.
Starts are key here because you can get somebody on the start, and we've seen it before. You get them on the outside on the start if somebody don't get a good start, but you need to pick up your spots nice and early on this restart, or they're going to be few and far between after that.
Absolutely here, and we're hitting that quarter way mark now on this feature event, and Tegan, Chris Downing, AJ Fusco, Thomas Gould, and Timothy Trowbridge round out the field. See if we get the one to go this time by. Looks like we do, so we will be firing back to green flag on this next lap here. PAC Contractors Modified Madness. Scott, I got 3 kids. They're tearing my stuff up right now. I wish I was in that North Carolina area because I would give PAC Contractors a call. I need some help.
Absolutely.
Help me, PAC. Help me, PAC.
PAC Contractors, that's so good to ECRS. We appreciate them immensely.
And especially after last week, I don't know if you guys know this. Did you know about Scott Schroeder? After that dirt race last week, PAC Contractors had to travel to Eldora, and they got that wall repaired for all racing here to resume this week. So Scott knocked it down in about 16 places. PAC Contractors putting it back up.
I wasn't the only one in that race trying to knock the walls down.
You were just the most obvious, sir.
I was.
The green flag is out. We are going here.
They're taking with a good jump.
Taken with a great jump.
And you see Chris Downing, he just tried to get that car to the bottom as soon as humanly possible.
Absolutely. That's where we saw Trowbridge get in trouble on that first start there, fall back to 5th. He's still in that 5th place, but he is looking to the low side himself, and you wonder if he's going to... That's what I was going to say. You wonder if Trowbridge is going to help his teammate out here and let him file in. It looks like no is the answer. Not going to happen, but that 97.
On that 23 car, I'm putting my front bumper on the 72 force back and not letting that Thomas Gould train down in there.
Well, that's another teammate of his, so he's got 2 teammates, and he's got a huge gap. He could have shot it in there, but elects to keep it up on the top side, so maybe feeling a little more comfortable right now, at least.
Oh, and Tommy 3-wide gets around AJ there for 3rd.
There is no Tommy 3-wide. There's a Timmy 3-wide.
I'm sorry, Timmy 3-wide, yeah.
And he is in 3rd place now. You are fantastic at this.
I'm thinking of you, Tommy 2-wide, today in our truck race earlier.
That was dumb.
I'm just messing with you.
Here we go. Downing for the pass here. He gets to the low side of Tegan. Can he get around him? Tegan going to give him everything he's got, but Downing going to tap his way up to the front there.
It looked like Tegan maybe made a mistake and got in that corner a little bit hard, and that was what Chris was sitting there waiting for.
Absolutely. He was waiting to pounce or tap like the king of the tap dance room there. King of the jungle, king of the tap,
Now, let me ask you this. Tegan's a great driver, had so much success last season, but you know he had guys that were fast, and they were Chris. Tim was one of them that was quick. And you get that 2nd spot, and you got Chris in front of you, Tim behind you. Is that in your mind, do you think?
Yeah. If you're anybody but Tegan. If you're anybody but Tegan, I think. Because Tegan right now is thinking, I beat these guys last year. This is nothing. I'm just going to sit back, and more than likely, he's going to just hope Downing is going to tap dance over his whoopsie and allow him to get back into that lead here, because you're watching Tim fall back a little here. So I don't know.
Pressure from Anderson now.
I don't know if those guys behind them. I think it's really between these front 2. If you're looking at the win on who takes this, as long as we don't have an incident between them.
Yeah, I'm watching this back here a little bit behind them too, and it looks like Thomas fell into that 5th place. But then you look back 2 cars, and there's Dave Hunt just slowly making his way up.
He's crawling
with Taylor right behind him.
He's crawling there, but hey, it's a long race, and that you can do. You can crawl here. You gotta be patient. It takes time to win a race. There's 60 laps. There's not just 3 or 4, and Dave Hunt knows that. It seems like it's hard.
We are 7 laps halfway still.
hard to kind of remember that when you're in the field. Say you're tagging right now, you're closing on Downing. It's hard to tell yourself we're not even halfway through here. You're thinking to yourself, man, I'm on the last 10 laps. I need to get around them, even though you're not. And that could really end up biting you. You just give it a little too much throttle. You just give it a little too much input there, really, and you put too much heat in those tires. Any little movement like that, man, and you
I'm gonna be real. If this thing goes green the rest of the way, I'd like to see what these guys are, how they're driving it with the tires after 60 laps.
So I was gonna ask on fuel, are they able to make it the entire length of this race?
I remember right. I believe you are on fuel, but on tires, because we did run this track last season, and the tire wear, I want to say right after that, about 30, 35, man, things started to slip and move in the corners on you a little bit.
Absolutely there. So let's see. It looks like,
I can't remember the fall off, but I do remember it being a handful toward the end of the race.
they hit this. It's lap 26 now of 60. So we're coming around to that halfway point. Downing still right there out in front with Tegan right behind them. But they are.
And your guys in the back, Casey Hatch in the 10th place, and then Scott Belliman, Wayne Fielder, and Charles Dow. Those guys have pitted once. So they all have fresher tires at lap 13.
A little fresher tires. They're topped off. They're not having to worry about the saving game at all. So maybe that incident that they were involved in a little earlier, could that come back and possibly help you?
I mean, it could if they have to pit. Casey Hatch just went into 9th place, just went around Daniel. So he is starting to move up with them fresher tires.
Tegan's looking.
Tegan's looking. Got some repairs to do, and we'll see how they do.
Tegan was looking to the inside. He was looking to the outside, but couldn't get around. Downing there into 3 or 4, coming into that exit. He's looking back to the low side, Scott.
He is looking down on that inside, see if he gets that bumper down there in front of him. And he does.
He puts it down hot here. See if he can get with the momentum here, as Downing's going to have to let off just a hair. Again, you're in that position. Another position where it'd be very easy to hit that throttle a little harder than you need to and really send it around here. So we'll see if Downing keeps to his nature or if he is going to tap dance all over that. Whoopsie.
And if you notice, some guys behind them are just up there, back there saying, yeah, you guys just keep racing because we're catching you.
Absolutely.
Here comes Timmy, here comes Austin, here comes Thomas.
So Thomas, I think, is still trying to figure out the modified. I don't think Thomas has a complete grip on this vehicle yet, but I would say here in 10 laps, if Thomas is going to climb through the field, he's going to start doing it by lap 40 here. So we'll see the progression of the goo train and the conductor there. Michael, this is the Milwaukee Mile. Said it kind of reminded him of Loudon there.
I can see that a little bit.
It's a wide one. That's what I just can't. You don't really kind of realize that until you're on it. I mean, it looks big here.
Well, it's not really a track we've ever really ran much in ECRS. So.
No, but this is, if you remember, Checkers and Wreckers held a little IndyCar race here, and that's when I realized right there. I was like, man, this is a little bigger than I thought it was. For being a mile, you hear a mile, you think that's a short track. You know, it's a smaller one. But
yeah, and, I do remember having some very good official races here with some of the guys from ECRS. We were jumping in and having a lot of fun on this track during the officials.
Absolutely there, because that's what you guys used to follow the schedule through the iRacing.
We did in season 1 and 2. We followed the schedule, and that was neat. Wanted to branch out and do our own little thing there after a while.
Absolutely. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Tegan holding on steady in the front. Chris Downing there in second. Got Trowbridge in third. Austin Anderson behind him. And the Gould train rounding out the top 5 here.
Yeah, and it seems like once Tegan and Chris get single file again, they start pulling away from that 3rd, 4th, 5th place back a little bit.
Absolutely there. Let's see if...
Take them long. They were racing side by side for them guys to catch up to them.
Let's see if Timmy's doing the dance here as he's going in there a little hot. He's definitely dancing, Scott.
Yeah, I noticed that too, that Timmy went in there a little hot and walked it up the track a little bit.
He didn't walk it up the track. He danced it up the track. See if he does it again there. He knows how to throw that bad boy in there. A little steadier on the hands there for Timmy around 3 and 4.
Like I said, we're just hit lap 34, and I told you, if I remember right, 30 to 35 is when the tires started to fall off last time.
He's closing in on Downing here. Downing's starting to fall back, so you wonder if maybe he's got a little issue, a little heat in those tires. Starting to melt them off here. It's a phenomenal run here that these guys have put together in this feature event here tonight.
Yeah, I had that little problem in the back there earlier with them 4 cars, but everybody's back going now, and things are rolling in the right direction. Good racing here.
Fusco in the 58 machine going to take Thomas for that 5th spot. Thomas going back down for the crossover. Not going to be able to get it. He's going to have to file back in line there. The 97 back to 6th. AJ Fusco up to 5th here. Dave Hunt, he's just a second behind there. Thomas Gould, we'll see if he can climb into that 6th spot there. See how long it takes for him to get up into that party there. And we'll close in on Downing as Trowbridge.
I've been watching that Dave Hunt too. Taylor Gentry seems to be picking away at Dave Hunt's times there a little bit.
Trowbridge was on that backside of Downing, falls off there and going to let Anderson into the 3rd spot now. Not sure what happened to Mr. Timmy there, but falling back into 4th. We got Thomas in 5th here, falling back a little bit. So, like I said, I think Thomas is still learning this modified. I don't think he's got a whole grasp at it because I feel like he would be charging forward at this point.
Well, and on the race chatter, they were asking Tim if he was okay, and he said he thinks he's burned his right rear off.
He burned it off. Burned it right off there.
I mean, he's on Chris's butt for second now, and now Austin's got around him, and here comes the Gould train and AJ.
See if they can get something cooking up here. Dave Hunt still closing that gap slowly but surely here. We'll see if he can keep it.
Oh, look who's commenting on the broadcast.
Take a shot of boxed wine every time Scott Schroeder says, I think. You'll be wasted in 5 minutes, I think.
The drinking game between me and Sean. Every time I say I think, we drink.
That'd be a bad thing. You wouldn't be able to go to work today.
Nah, I probably wouldn't. That'd be a good thing.
I think I wouldn't. Watching Chris Downing push forward here. Nick Van, why don't you hop back in here? Why don't you do a little broadcast in here with us?
Yeah, I'll let Nick drive my car if he don't have one. I
mean. Go a few laps down here. They're crossing the line. Lap 40 now of 60. These guys are putting it on. Austin Anderson, like you said, it looked like he was closing that gap between himself and Downing up there, but now starting to fall back a little bit. Downing's falling back here as well.
Yeah, starting to space out. Maybe Tim might have cooled that right rear down. He seems to be holding steady there right now.
Get a little heat out of it and maybe go back at it here shortly.
Gina's telling me to shut up.
She thinks. She thinks.
That might be Nick telling me to shut up. Who knows?
Yeah, more than likely. Gina Bobina. Bonana Fana Fofina. If she's listening, she's red now. Didn't think you were going to hear that tonight, did you?
I did not, but you never know what you're going to hear when you're on here with Tommy Boy. I mean, you never know.
Oh my goodness, Scott, I apologize.
What's wrong?
I don't even want to say. You just walked in the door here. None other than your good buddy.
Well, hello, Mr. Schroeder.
Carl, what's going on, buddy?
Long time no see, you know what I mean?
You enjoying the race tonight, Carl?
What a race we have seen here tonight. My boy David Dunwoody in the top 10 now. I am loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yes, is in that top 10 spot. He is there.
So, how's the world been treating Scott Schroeder and the ECRS?
Oh, things are going great in ECRS. Getting ready to enter our playoffs. We got one more regular season of the trucks. This is the second race for season 4 of the mods. Things are going great.
Things are going great, and
We got so many mod cars out here. I'm not even competitive anymore. Not even racing.
that's why you're in the booth. Look at this. Timmy Trowbridge going to go to the low side now of some lap traffic. He is back on the prowl, Scott.
Yeah, that looked like the 14th place car of Daniel Hutchins. Looks like he just went a lap down.
So now we're starting to get into the game here where we got a little traffic. We're getting a little slick, and things could get messy here. If we see a yellow before the end of the race, will these leaders go into the pits?
Every one of them will go in the pits and get tires, yes.
Every one of them. That shows you how much tires play a factor here at the Milwaukee Mile. Scott, what a race here. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Carl, what the world is ba-da-ba-ba-ba?
You know, I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh my gosh, Carl. We're McDonald's now, apparently. We got a caution here as the 97.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I'm sitting here reading Nick Band's comments.
Woo, baby. The 97 spins it around. A little too much throttle on the exit of the turn.
Hey, and what Carl just asked me, let's see if I was right. I'm saying everybody, these leaders are taking tires.
It's like I had a magic 8-ball out there. Maybe my car hit 88 miles an hour when I was on the way here.
And just what Nick's saying on the broadcast here, nobody's forgot about Nick. We talk about Nick all the time. We miss Nick. Always got a home here at ECRS.
Now,
Nick and Cody win both of them.
Do we miss Nick? Now we talk about Nick, but do we miss Nick is the question.
Oh, look how wrong I was. Oh,
What do you mean?
I mean, the leaders acted like they were going to pit lane and then all dove back on when Tegan dove back up.
Fake out.
Actually, sixth
there.
place, AJ Fusco, Taylor, Dunwoody, Thomas, Scott Bellarmine, they all went in and got tires.
Scott, why do you keep calling this guy Scott Bellarmine?
Yes, even I can see it
Oh,
is Scott
Scott
Bellum.
Bellum, I'm sorry.
It's like you make
He's
up
our new
people's
driver
names.
to the league, so I'm really unfamiliar with his name. Plus, I'm mad he jacked my number.
You gotta,
That's
no,
okay.
that has Ryan Stillwell written
It was
all
Ryan Stillwater
over it.
that did that.
Stillwater. Is it ironic that we're singing a song made famous by a band who died in an airplane accident as they're going
is
down
very ironic
in an
to hear
airplane
that.
crash? That was very good there. Oh my God. You never know what kind of pop culture. We've been talking movies here today. I love y'all on speakerphone in the kitchen. You got it, Gina.
I am going to be real. There's only going to be about 9 laps when we go back. I'd like to be AJ Fusco, the first driver with fresh tires.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think he's going to be popular.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. It's Thomas Cool, first driver with fresh tires.
They won't be popular. They got those fresh tires. They're going to go past the ones that are showing wires. I couldn't really pull that one together, Gene. I'm sorry. But we're going to make you popular. Lar.
And I'm wrong again. Taylor Gentry.
Scott, I think you need to pick up the whiskey again. Take another shot
I
here.
don't know. Where did Thomas go?
Thomas is sitting in P13, maybe taking an EOL after that one. What do you think, Carl?
Oh, okay. Because my
After-
overlays have him in 6 right in front of Taylor, but he's not there on the track.
After spinning out like that, I do believe he would take an EOL and EOL. Not sure how you say that, but he's going to take it. He's going to fall back to the 13th place, 13 cars out of 16 on the lead lap here tonight, Scott.
Hey, Carl, Nick says he has his phone on speaker and would like Tommy Boy to serenade Gina again.
Did you not just hear that? I did it. I said I'm going to be
put it on speakerphone now. For her to hear.
popular. We're going to be popular. We'll teach you the right cohorts. You'll be good at sports. All the things you've got to know. So let's start, because we've got an awfully long way to go. She's loving it. As Carl would say, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Hopefully that's not a copyright, Carl.
How can you copyright ba-da-ba-ba-ba? Literally 2 letters put together into a rhythm.
Scott, I guess he's got a point, but, sometimes I just want to punch Carl right in the nose.
I like Carl.
Yeah, I hear you. Whatever.
I don't have to live with him, though.
No, I don't live with this son of a gun. There's no way I can live with this guy.
At your house.
He just pops in when he wants. The kids love him. I mean, he's got a good rapport with him.
Well, I could see kids being very popular with Carl.
Carl
being very popular with kids.
My wife gets along with him, so, he knocks on the door. She just lets him in. I think she does it to bother me, because everybody knows my motto that has listened to me a few times here or there. Sorry, ladies, but I have a different motto. It's not happy wife, happy life. In my household, it is slightly irritated wife is a very entertaining life. Remember that one, fellas, but please, please find that line between slightly irritated and very, because it's not fun once you go to the very irritated.
Oh, here we go.
They're about to get off and underway. Back to green flag racing here, lap 52 of 60. They're going.
My eyes right now are tied on that Taylor Gentry 53 car.
And Nick says his kitchen sounds like Broadway right now.
I don't think it's Broadway.
No, that's exactly what that is from. That is the song I sang was Broadway.
It might be a elementary musical or something.
Oh, fair enough. Chris Downing making a run up to 3rd here as Austin Anderson into 2nd. Timothy Trowbridge back in 4th. Dave Hunt found his way into 5th. Scott, can he keep pushing?
AJ Fusco got around Taylor with them fresh tires and is making a move.
Fusco in 6th. Let's look at Thomas, as he's got some fresh tires, but he's back there all the way in 12th.
Yeah, Thomas is marred in traffic.
That's going to be a hard one to pull through here, as a lot of these guys is Fusco looking to the low side now of Dave Hunt.
With them new tires, you should be able to power through, Dave, right around this corner. Yep, there we go.
Unfortunately for Fusco, he's going to blink. Don't blink out into somebody. That would be absolutely terrible. Here is Downing and Trowbridge battling it out here. Downing going to the low side under Trowbridge here. Going to get around him. And you would think Timothy would have went in and got some tires if he cooked it off.
Well, and I'm right now, Dave's that first car without tires, and right now he's going, I wish I would have went in and got tires.
Absolutely. Gina says she loves you, Scott.
If you go in and half the field behind you don't go, I mean, it's a guessing game.
Fusco to the low side now of Chris Downing. Going to put him back to the 5th spot if he's able to get around him here. We have got, 6 laps of action here to go. Fusco's blinking like he's got something in his eye just jammed in there. He's keeping it going here at the moment. It looks like Timothy did a little blinking there as well, as Downing a little freaked out when he blinked back in. Oh, no! Synchronized Oing right there by Scott, myself, and Carl even got in on that a little bit. They keep it green, though, so they held on to it. Ooh. Downing not going to like that one.
What did I do to Gina? Why is she so upset with me?
She said she loves you. I don't know what you're talking about. Anderson now going after Dagan up in the front. We won't use the word that Stillwell likes to use. And Timothy, you can see, I think he did kind of cook that tire there, as Fusco now on his low side. Timothy's not going to be able to hold him off here. Fusco going to drop to the low side. And like you said, right behind him here, the 53 of Taylor Gentry is on the climb. The 74 of 3 wide spinning around here. He keeps it clean all the way up. Oh, why? It's like those two just got to meet each other.
Yeah, they hit. So caution.
It's like it never fails. Did you see who he got?
Yep. No, I didn't see who got into him. Who was that?
It was the 55 of Peyton Alvin.
Oh, Mr. Peyton.
It never fails. If something happens on the track with Timmy, that 55 is going to find his way into it somehow. And watch the 74 just sending around there, trying to hold on to it. A little too much throttle. 55 thought he was clear, and nope. Not today. No way, no how. Scott, that's going to bring us here to the green-white checkered, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think, unless you're in the very back of this field, Tim Towbridge now, Chris Downey, you go in and get some tires. But the rest of these guys, you got to run what you got now. You ain't going to see nobody in that top, probably at least 10th place going for tires here.
So Tegan, Austin Anderson, AJ Fusco, Taylor Gentry, Dave Hunt, Scott Belleman, as Scott likes to say, it's really Scott Bellum, Thomas Gould, David Dunn, Woody, Casey Hatch, and Wayne Fielder. Carl, did I say that right?
I do believe so.
He is weird. Oh, and I'll tell you what.
Yeah, we got Chris Downing, Tim Towbridge in the pits right now.
Downing and
as well as Peyton Albine with the blown motor. He still should have a fast repair. Get back out there.
I'll tell you what. Let's see if is Kyle still chilling out here, or did he run away? Oh, looks like he ran away.
Okay, I was listening to race control there, and looks like Timothy will be getting an EOL because he spun, brought out that caution, and the incident before between AJ and Chris looked like it had a little net code, so no penalty there.
10-4 there. I will be right back here, Scott. I'm going to ask a couple questions to Kyle Westwood here. Kyle Westwood, do you have a copy, sir?
I'm here.
You did not know I was going to come looking for you over on an SRL, did you? Lost you there. Caught you off guard. What is it about? I hate to, because you probably think I'm saying this in a bad way, but what is it about these modifieds that is a little harder to get a grasp from? Because we look at you on the Cup Series, we look at you on the Truck Series, and you are phenomenal. Here in the modifieds, it seems like it's a hard grasp for you to get a hold of.
First, I gotta ask: are we actually on the broadcast? Or are you messing with me again?
No, you are definitely live here. 100% live. Carl is right next to me.
It's just a totally different feel. I think I'm just so used to the stock car ovals, which is weird because it's still an oval, but it's just, I don't know, they have a completely different feel. I think I'm so used to the heavy stock car. You gotta brake early and really ride out the corner. And these things, you can be really aggressive with the brakes and the throttle. It's just trying to figure out that difference is what gets me.
And that's what we were talking about here on the broadcast. It's just the difference in these cars here. Is this vehicle just drives so much different than many other on the sim here.
Yeah, definitely. It's just kind of, my problem is I'm just not aggressive enough. I feel like there's so much I leave on the table by not braking harder getting into the turns.
And
I
then
watch these laps from like Tegan and Chris Downing, and they're really diving it into the turns and making it stick. I just don't have the confidence to do that.
The second you find that confidence, though, that I know it'd be my luck, is you're going to lock it up there when you try to get aggressive with them, and it's going to cause even worse than what could have happened.
Oh, yeah. Or you just push up into somebody and ruin their day.
Right, absolutely. Kyle, thank you so much. Like I said, I know you had no idea I was coming for you over here on the NSRL. You guys are probably getting ready for – are you getting ready for tomorrow here?
Yep, we're practicing Daytona.
All right. Well, good luck. We had some fun in that league here earlier, so congrats to you. And we'll be live noon tomorrow with the NSRL. Head back over to Scott waiting for me. We'll see. Scott, he had no idea that was coming. I went over, I hunted him down in the NSRL to talk to him there and just really get an idea of what the difference between like the Cups, the trucks, because like I said, really a top tier driver in that standard, but here he's having a hard time getting used to it. And he was going to saying, you know, the braking zones, stuff like that. You could just be a lot more aggressive here than you can with that heavy cup car.
These cars not quite as much horsepower as your cup or your trucks, and very wide tires. You can be very aggressive in the corners with these.
Absolutely. So that
And
kind of
Kyle's one of the best drivers out there when it comes to NASCAR and stuff like that. Cup, truck, whatever you put him in. I've never raced Xfinity with him. I'm sure he's good in that too.
right, and that's why I say, like, when I'm saying this, I feel bad because it sounds like I'm making fun of Kyle, but I'm not at all, because I put him at the top of the standards when it comes to driving these cup cars, driving these trucks. But it's just that power to weight ratio here with the mods is a whole different beast.
And you put these guys in street stocks, and you probably got a different top three up here right now.
Absolutely there. So Tegan getting a great jump yet again here. And we'll see all these fresh tires, Scott. Look at these guys plowing through the field as the 53 of Taylor Gentry looking to the top side here. It's still green. We're still riding it out. Still green. They're into each other. There it is. The yellow comes out as the 74 of Timmy and the 55 of Pate find each other again.
No, they didn't. Did they?
Yes, they did.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what happens. I shouldn't laugh. Oh, goodness. Timothy Trowbridge getting a good jump down there. You see him on the top of the screen going under. Not sure who that was. The big Chuckles getting a bad jump there, honestly. Looked like, I don't know if it was damage. Just didn't get a solid jump there. Oh, Peyton. Looks like Casey Hatch getting into it before. And
Timothy,
the 37, yeah.
I wonder if he used that fast repair in that first wreck.
I'm going to say yes. But the 37 getting around there, finding Peyton, getting thrown. Let's take a look.
37 was in the very first wreck we had. Remember, he changed tires and was kind of moving up there for a while. So I'd say he's probably used his fast repair as well as Peyton. You may have 3 cars right here that are done.
Did a little Tony Hawk grinding on the wall there. Tegan still out in front. And now you start to wonder, can Tegan last? Because we're going pretty deep into this this race here. A lot of extra laps here. And does he have the fuel to keep it steady?
I think he's okay on fuel. He's probably really, really wishing he had them tires there. But, I mean, he's doing a great job without them, so he's only got to last out there 2 more laps, and he's got a car between him and the guys with fresh tires. So, I mean, I like the chance Tegan's sitting in right now.
Oh, yeah, I see you guys battling out in the comment section there.
Oh, yeah. And in all honesty aside, Nick stepping away has not helped this league one. I mean, we've survived. We got a good league, got good admins, but it's always better when you got somebody like Nick Van with you.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Gina, let Nick Van come back together. Come again, sir?
I said him and Cody Wynn. We really miss both those guys. Those guys were class acts. They were both good racers. Great admins, helped us grow the league, but Cody left a little bit before Nick, and you know, we miss both them guys a lot.
Absolutely. I haven't seen Cody really around at all. Hopefully he's doing all right.
I talked to him yesterday. His wife's getting big. The baby's almost ready.
You don't say that about a pregnant woman.
Oh, yeah, she's pregnant. So there's probably, you know, you're slightly irritated. You probably don't want to slightly irritate a
No,
pregnant
you don't
woman.
do that during pregnancy. I went through 3 kids there. I went through the first pregnancy. I tried it a little bit. The second one, I about got my head chopped off. The third one, I didn't mess around with it. Because like I said, a pregnant woman and slightly, that is a very, very, very hard line to walk with. So
Yeah,
that's where you just got to be smart.
My wife was pregnant with Corey. Oh, yeah, no. That's like
is your wife
voodoo
around?
stuff.
Is your wife around?
Well, yeah, it was my ex-wife that was pregnant with my
No,
kid.
but what you need to ask her right now is what she thinks of my idea. I've gotten a text from my cousin's fiance already because we went on vacation with each other here in July. And she said, I don't like what you taught him with this slightly irritated BS. Said, hey, it's not my fault he can't find that line. You got to find that line.
My wife probably won't tell me that. You and me will probably like meet up for a baseball game or something. Hey, I'm going to meet you here. And then she might say, hey, I remember that comment you made.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm in the doghouse. Yeah, see?
Yep.
Gentlemen, I want you to ask your wife right now, if she's sitting by you, what she thinks about Tommy Boys. I think the happy wife, happy life, that's just not fun. That's not fun at all. That just means you're always putting the toilet seat down. If your wife's butt falls in the toilet, that's funny. That's funny right there. She's going to be mad at you for a few minutes. She's going to laugh about it a little later when she gets that dry butt. So,
my wife would slap me upside the head if I did that.
I just must have married the most patient woman in the world.
I don't know. Kentucky women, they got a streak in them, boy, out here to tell you.
That's what I always said about where my wife is from, that there's always a little Jasper crazy in them, but it's just when and where it will come out. Now, I don't know if I've seen the Jasper crazy in my wife yet.
Yep.
I'm sure a lot of these men.
Oh, here we are getting ready to go back here.
You just sounded so surprised about that, sir.
Oh, well, we've been tootling around here under caution for a while now.
Been tooling around here, as Scott says. We're about to tool to green here. The green flag is flying for what will be the final, I believe, green-white checkered attempt. Maybe we got one more in us, but hopefully we don't need it. Tegan getting a good jump. Austin behind him. Taylor trying to fight for that third spot here with AJ Fusco.
Taylor's got to run.
They are side by side, and we got Reckon in the back. They are Reckon. They're keeping it green. They're keeping it green. Keeping it green. Keeping it green. The 53. Oh, they're Reckon all over the place. No, guys, we were 2 feet away from the line. Oh, no, we're back under yellow, and we're going to tool around for just a little bit longer. There was carnage all over the place. That's going to really push the... Downing tapping into the 28 there. David Dunn, Woody. See what happened here. And it's all downhill from here. Watching the 58 of Fusco. Let's go up to the bird's eye view. Was it neck coat, or did Thomas actually get him just a hair there? Let's take a look. Back at the track, we're going to see what caused that. Not a good angle there. Got to get a better angle on the dangle here. Let's see what we got. Looks like Thomas did just get into Fusco just a hair there, sending about 4 or 5 different cars, different ways. And do we have...
I thought Fusco might save it for a minute. I mean, he fought it hard, but...
Do we have one more attempt at the green-white checkered here?
We do. We have 3, so one more attempt.
Nick says the management chat will be busy tonight.
It sounds like that. It's, we had a very calm, collective race right up until these last...
He was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. He was.
Looks like Thomas Gould will be receiving a penalty for that.
Looks like.
And we are down on the amount of drivers left in this race right now.
Tegan, Austin, Taylor, David, Daniel, Casey, Robert, Scott, AJ, Dave, and Thomas remain on the lead lap here. Downing in the pits here. We got a smoker on the track here. Smoking like Cheech and Chong.
Scott B. I'm just going to start calling him Scott B.
Scott Bellarman. Scott Bellum smoking like Cheech and Chong there. Save some
the race
for
channel
the rest
chat
of
is
us.
just back and forth right now between Tegan and Taylor.
Hey!
And somebody just blew up.
He did. The Bellum monster got a little 2. I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. Yeah, Nick says he shows up.
Nick said he shows up and
it
things
all
hit the
hits
fan.
It's kind of true. It's kind of true.
It is. Every time he
came with
does
a
show
box
up.
of wine and a party, baby.
Well, when Nick was in the race, the sparks would fly too.
And the wine.
Just kidding.
The last parting puff of Grim Reaper City Inn. And Scott, what'd that remind you?
That reminded me of Willie. You sound just like Willie.
Never smoke weed with Willie again.
Isn't that who sings that?
Is
Is
that
that
Toby?
Toby? Yep. I don't listen to a lot of country, but I do listen to him.
What, do you think they could make a song? No, I shouldn't say it. I think Willie'd say he'd never smoke, with Tommy again. But
That's probably true.
I wonder if we could get that fixed out sometime before the old man dies. I'd love to give it a go. My buddies at the ECRS. Maybe you know Willie. Maybe you can get that situated here. You never
I think
know.
we have about 10 cars left on the track here out of the 16 that started.
They're going to give one more attempt at the green-white checkered here. We'll see if...
Okay, 11.
He said he was faster drunk with one eye than half the field. If you are squinting in VR with one eye, you are impressive, sir.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nick is very fast, though.
Very.
Especially when in the trucks and the mods. Nick was one of them guys. You put him on dirt, he was quick too.
And the pace car.
He's kind of like Thomas, where the no matter what you put him in, he's going to get it quick and he's going to be quick.
Green flag is out. We are back to it. The final green-white checkered attempt here. Austin Anderson going to get down to the low side here in front of Taylor Gentry. Tegan getting a good jump out in the front. Can they keep it clean, Scott?
They're going to have to, or it's going to end the race.
Well, you are the most obvious. Chris Collinsworth of racing right there. Scott Schroeder just calling it like he sees it right there. The 53 of Taylor Gentry trying to close that gap between himself and Austin Anderson. They're going to make it around to the line here. It's going to be the final lap. That ButtKicker Gamer 2 white flag is out in the air. Feel what you've been missing. Immerse yourself in the game. Casey Hatch, David Dunwoody battling back for fourth. Taylor Gentry going to give Austin Anderson a run for his money here in this final set of turns. He's to the low side now. Can he get around Austin? Austin working the top side now with Tegan. What a run we are seeing here at the line. It looks like Taylor got him. Taylor going to take second. What a run by Taylor Gentry in the 53. Tegan Daigneault takes the win. A drugged-up Taylor Gentry after surgery takes second. What a run. Austin Anderson in third. Woo!
I think we're going to need Taylor Gentry to the medical tent for a
For
urine
a drug
sample
test.
to see if he's doping.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. My goodness. What a run for the end there. Let's hop down to that Auralex Acoustic interview loft and chat with these guys. What an exciting run they had there. Scott, we'll talk to Austin Anderson here first. My goodness, you got to love seeing that after a little bit of messiness there at the end. Austin Anderson, what a run there. You got to keep it out in front most of that time, but my goodness, run us through that last couple of laps, man.
Oh, man, it was, me and Tegan were racing really, really hard with each other and swapping the lead back and forth. I think we would have really had a better finish when we had about 9 to go. I think we would have really gapped the guys behind us and had a better run. But, you get the green-white checkers, you got to do what you can. Trying to protect as much as I could. I know I crossed before the start-finish line, but just trying to protect and just didn't work out. I really feel like I was faster than Tegan, especially with these old tires. Probably should have taken tires when he stayed out, but did the best with what I had, and I definitely think I was faster. And the last turn, I felt like if I would have stayed on the bottom, Taylor would have dumped me. So I figured it was better to finish on the podium with super old tires than to not finish at all. So overall, it was a good race. I had fun and just learning this track. This is the first time I ever running this track, so it was a good run.
That's what I was going to ask. I'm sure those tires looking like the Mercedes crew, all the blisters and everything. What are they looking like? Do you have a read on them right now?
I'm not in pit lane.
I got
right
you. Fair
now,
enough. No, you're in front
but,
of it.
Yeah, I don't have a reading on them, but I could just feel it really on the exit of 2. That was really where I could feel it a lot, but that's also where I was gaining because I felt like I could get on the throttle just a little bit better than Tegan, and especially off 3 and 4. I felt like I had a chance, and then kind of dove down into 1 and just messed up that entry because he thought I was there, and he definitely went up high. So either way, mistakes get made, especially when these split second decisions have to be made, and you just do with what you can. I had a lot of fun, man. This is a hard track, and the touring mods are a lot more fun than the SKs.
Absolutely, there. Gotta really look at that throttle control, and you coming from dirt, that's got to help you somewhat with these touring compared to that SK, because like I said, throttle control meaning so much, especially at a track like this.
Yeah, it definitely does. Coming off of 2, you're kind of treating it like you got an egg underneath the throttle, and that's where I was really able to make up some ground. Like I said, I could really roll it into 3 and cock the car kind of sideways coming out of 4, and I feel like that's where my dirt experience is really playing in. Is I feel more comfortable with the car just a little bit more upset than maybe others do. And overall, like I said, man, it was a good race, and we raced each other clean. That's the best part about it. I love getting in these rooms. I don't race with these guys a lot. I just race when I can. And just to run clean, not have any incidents, and still finish top 3 with super old tires, that feels good to me.
Absolutely. Hey, that 23 is on the podium. Who you want to thank for getting it done?
Oh, man, I got to thank the boys at Imperial. Tim is really fast in these cars, and he gives me a good line to run, good setups, as far as the steering ratio and when to get on the throttle. And I hated that he ended his race early, but he's always, race engineer Timmy. He keeps me calm, especially in the dirt series. And big shout out to the boys at Imperial again. They're teaching me a lot. Thanks to you, my man. You putting on the badass broadcast and, sponsoring our team, which we can't thank you enough. You do a lot for us, and we try to do a lot for you on the track to present you with a good product. Got to thank my personal sponsor, W5 Ranch, man. My buddy Christopher, he always hooks it up with the venison whenever I need it, putting food on the table. And AC2 Scans, man, if anybody doesn't know him and they're on iRacing, you need to find him because he's going to hook you up with a good scheme. Whatever your imagination can come to with whatever, and he'll put it on the car, and it's going to exceed your expectations, and it's always super competitive pricing. And lastly, got to thank my wife and kiddo, man. Last certainly not least, they let me do this pretty much whenever I want. I try to work out a schedule for set nights, and I just appreciate them for letting me do it, man, because I know it's hard to be, I'm gone for 2 hours while I'm doing this, but it's something I love, and I definitely am blessed that they love it enough to put up with it. So appreciate that for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir, for coming out here, putting on a great show here today in that 23 machine.
All right, buddy. Thanks again, man.
You got it. Move down and talk to the second place runner here, Taylor Gentry. Scott, you want to take the beginning of this one? We'll take that as a no. So we'll move on and talk to Taylor here. Actually, we'll move down there because they're both in the same area. Scott didn't want to talk to you, so I will, darn it. Taylor Gentry, what a freaking run. Unfortunately, we got to send you to the medical tent, Scott said, for a drug test. So a little drugged up tonight. Maybe giving you the guts to throw it in there late in this run when you had some fresh tires. Go through that run down, that caution when you took it in. What was going through your mind? Hey, I got to get some tires here. I'm going to make a charge through this field.
Yeah, it got to the point I couldn't hardly drive it. Tegan and Austin, they drove a great race. driving on a single set of tires. And yeah, I mean, I was at the breaking point, and I went in and got tires, and the cautions fell how I needed them to. And I mean, that last restart, you know, Austin did what he had to do to try to protect his position, and I get it. And you know, anyway, we were coming down the backstretch, and I had a little bit of better run out of 2, and I figured with the fresh tires, let's see if they'll stick going into 3. And I got fortunate enough; they stuck, and the car rotated good. And I still didn't have enough tonight for taking. I would have one more restart, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't have.
Just a phenomenal run, though. I mean, it takes a lot of I'm trying to think of the guts, really, just to make that decision when you're whether or not you're putting it out there and it's sliding on you or what. Those leaders don't pit. You're dropping back a little ways, and this isn't the easiest track to make up that track position. So a gutsy call plays out for you in the end, though. Taylor, that was a fun one to watch.
It did.
You got to watch Scott when he saw you get that run. He got pumped up here in the booth. He's, ooh, look at Taylor on that run. Is that kind of what's going through your mind as a driver? Because I know at the same time, same respect, you got to watch yourself on the throttle. You got to make sure you don't get on it too quick and don't get overzealous.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I got the run coming out of 2, and going into 3, I knew I'd been kind of watching Austin's line, and he had the right idea. He was trying to take it in and arc it in a little bit better to be a little easier on the tires and get the run out. And like I said, I had 4 fresher tires on it, and the door was open. I figured if I could get it to stick down in 3, it would rotate good. I didn't think he was going to be able to make up the time on the outside. So yeah, I mean, it was a go for blow, basically. That's all it was to it.
Go for blow, man. That's it. And you got it, man. But yeah, and talk about Tegan real quick, because I mean, we all know he's fast, but you said with that extra set of tires, you were on new tires, but it was still gonna be hard even on if you had another restart to get him. Well, I mean, that talks leaps and bounds there. Am I correct?
Yeah, it does. You know, he showed it last season, and you know, he's no slouch. I mean, the boy can drive. That's all there is to it. And but you know, a lot of guys in the field we're catching up to him, but you know, I think he's still got some tricks still left up his sleeve. But
hey, you were one that actually topped him last season, so we're watching. We're waiting for that 53 to get right on that level. Man, you're right there. It's just you're a race win away from just taking away with it.
Yeah, it was a good race though, man. I gotta thank all my sponsors like PAC Contractors, Timberlake Residential Designs, for them sponsoring me and several other cars, as well as the series, and FEG PCs. I mean, without that, obviously, I wouldn't be nearly as fast. And you know, got to thank you. Got to thank all the admins, especially Scott, Ryan, Peyton. You know, this series was something we took on, and it grew and keeps growing, and we got a lot of good drivers here, and that's what makes it so much more fun to watch, drive, everything.
Absolutely.
And you know, you put a special twist on it too to really help things out, and we greatly appreciate that too.
Well, I was talking to Scott up in the booth today, and I'm interesting. I know I'm unique, but sometimes I'm a little crazy. So thank you for dealing with the craziness as well.
Look, man. We appreciate everything you do, man. It's a blast. It always is.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to move on and talk to the winner now. Tegan, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
I'm not done. I'm not tired of talking to you. Are you tired of talking to me?
Well, I'd never be tired talking to you.
So Scott and I were talking about this in the broadcast. it looked like maybe this field really started to show Tegan who was boss there early in this race, but you must have heard us talking and you turned on the afterburners then. I don't know, is this a newer track for you? Are you just trying to get it situated, or were you just trying to get the car under you and then really charge to that second half?
No, I mean, I started on the outside pole with Timmy, and I was really able to pull off that crossover move tonight, which helped me maintain the lead and get the lead originally from Tim. And, I mean, I won here last season with the mods here at Milwaukee, and the first couple weeks I've had some tough luck, and last week I left the race not too happy. So my game plan coming in tonight was just dominate.
It was just to dominate there. It looked like early in the race, Downing was going to give you some fits there up in the front as well as Timmy, but it seemed like you were just able to really hold your tires consistent, and everybody else just started dropping off there. I'm looking at you in those tires. How did you feel come the end of that race?
Yeah, I mean, Chris, this is one of his favorite tracks, so when I saw him start creeping up to my bumper and he got a run by me, I was able to take it easy a little bit, cool off the tires, and find where I was faster in each corner than he was, and I was able to put a run together to get by him and maintain that lead ever since.
So when you're doing that, are you thinking in your head, like, I've got to do this so he burns off his tires too? Is that part of your play, or are you just so focused on what Tegan's doing?
Well, I'm pretty much focused on what I'm doing, but every time going down in the corner, you gotta watch where he's running, and you gotta be able to find a line that it's not his line, because you don't want to follow in his tracks because you're not going to get by him without hitting him. But if you can find a decent line and be able to save your tires, and being able to diamond off those corners and pull off some crossover moves today really helped out.
Absolutely, and really had a pretty clean race up into the end when those yellow flags started coming out. Does that get you worried up front, or did you feel pretty confident? Especially, let's go to that final restart when you got a couple guys right behind you on fresh tires.
Yeah, you got the jitters every restart that's coming up, but the leader has such an advantage over the rest of the field because he can get such a jump. But it's being able to maintain that down into 1 and 2 and making sure that you run a clean line, that you're not going to lose control of the car. And these straightaways are so long that if you screw up in the corner, you lose a ton of momentum down the backstretch, and you can pretty much kiss your win goodbye at that point if you screw up. So you got to be pretty near perfect there at the end of the runs to be able to pull off a win like I did.
Absolutely, and that's what you have been, probably, I'm going to say for about a season and a half now, is almost perfect, Tegan. Congrats to you. I think I could tell you your sponsors, but why don't you go ahead and thank everybody on that modified right now?
Yeah, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Taylor Gentry bringing it home B2 tonight on fresh tires. Yeah, he clearly didn't have enough for me, but hey. No, I got to thank PAC Contractors for supporting the series, and Checkers and Wreckers for throwing on the streams, you for calling the races. Got to thank all my friends and family for watching the streams, and of course, got to thank these admins for putting together such a wonderful field of drivers. They're very fun to race with, and rarely do you have a few incidents with a few guys, but you live and learn from that and are able to pick up each week.
Absolutely, and I think you guys tore Frankie apart tonight because he didn't know who to root for, his son or Tegan, the guy he's always rooting for in the mods. So you tore him apart here tonight. Congrats, though. It was fun.
Thank you. We gave him a good showing tonight, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Congrats to you guys. Congrats to everybody here at the ECRS. That is everything we got tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you. I am Tommy Boy for Checkers and Wreckers. Check out www.bwsports1.com. And that's got everything we got. Check them out. Appreciate it.